What is going on, my family? Your boy Demetrius is back, and here I am here to talk about something that is really kind of getting on my nerves. It's something that is going on in the FGC that I don't even understand why people are making this such a topic. I think it's kind of ignorant, and I think it's kind of stupid. It's this whole thing about arena fighters are not fighting games. So, know Dragon Ball Sparking Zero had came out, everybody is having fun with it and stuff like that. But I'm starting to see a lot of stupid shit on Twitter practically saying that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is not a fighting game because it's an arena fighting game. And I'm just sitting up here like, you know what? This is why I don't like today's FGC. This is why I get so pissed off in today's social media / FGC, or however y'all want to call it. Why are people acting so dumb right now? Arena fighters have been around for a long time now, and they are fighting games, okay? Arena fighting games are just like all of these other fighting games out here. It is just a different concept of the genre. Just like you got Street Fighter, that is a 2D fighting game. Flip side, Virtua Fighter is a 3D fighting game. So you mean to tell me that just because Virtua Fighter is 3D, it's not in the same fighting realm as Street Fighter is? Are people really going to be that dumb right now? Street Fighter is a 2D fighting game. Virtua Fighter is a 3D fighting game. You feel what I'm saying? Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is an arena fighting game. The emphasis is that it is a fighting game, people. And people are having this dumb conversation how arena fighters are not fighting games. This is what I'm talking about. I don't like this dumb shit that's going on. Motherfuckers know goddamn well arena fighting games are fighting games. This should not even be a fucking topic. It should not be a fucking discussion. I don't know who brung it up, how this topic got so viral, but it's stupid. It's stupid and it's dumb because motherfuckers know goddamn well arena fighting games are fighting games, okay? It's just like any other genre with RPGs. There are different type of RPG games. You have your RPG game like Final Fantasy. Then you have your action RPG games like Elden Ring, or classic action RPG games like Brave Fencer Musashi or some shit like that. You have strategy RPGs, you feel me? But at the end of the day, it's still a RPG game. They're still RPG games. Look at all of these fucking adventure games that we got out here. At the end of the day, they're still adventure games. It's just a different concept. You know what I'm saying? And it's no different with arena fighting games. Arena fighting games are fighting games. They have been ever since. I don't know where this topic has come up to the point where people are saying, well, arena fighting games are not fighting games. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you what's going on. And I know why this is happening. I'm probably going to make a lot of motherfuckers mad because guess what? That's what the truth does. Look, a lot of the people that are saying that games like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero are not fighting games, as in arena fighters are not fighting games, it's just because it's not Tekken, or it's just not Street Fighter, or it's not Mortal Kombat. That's why they're doing it. Because there was one point in time people were saying that Virtua Fighter was not an actual part of the FGC because it wasn't as popular as those fighting games. Yes, it was that time. It was like around 2013, 2014. People were actually saying that about Virtua Fighter. People were like, is Virtua Fighter even an actual part of the FGC? So that's what it really is. It's basically like, a lot of people are like, okay, they're so used to these particular games being up top or whatever. Then another game comes in and gets all this credibility and acclaim. And that's what's going on. A whole arena fighter shit. Like, man, come on. Everybody knows that arena fighters are fighting games. And if you don't know, it's probably because you're hating on something and you're just scared to look at the fucking facts. But that is part of what it is. Just because a game like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is not a Tekken, it's not a Street Fighter, it's not a Mortal Kombat, that's why a lot of these people are saying it. I'm just keeping it all the way real. And y'all know how D all the way G do it. I keeps it real even if it hurts me or hurts whatever I'm doing. I'm going to always keep it real. And like I said, a lot of these motherfuckers that are saying that arena fighters are not fighting games, it's just because it ain't Tekken or some shit. And people need to get off of that bullshit, okay? Like I said, arena fighters are fighting games. You feel what I'm saying? Do I fuck with arena fighters like that? Not really. Look, When Naruto Ultimate Storm 2 came out, I love that fucking game. Y'all remember that game for the PlayStation 2? I love that fucking game. I love Naruto Ultimate Storm 2. That was really the only Naruto game I really played from a dedication standpoint. I love that fucking game. I wish they re-release it. I love that fucking game. It was an arena fighter, but at the same time, when I was playing it, it was a fighting game. It was a fighting game. You had special moves, you had super moves, you had combos. The only difference was, like with arena fighters, it just puts you kind of like in a an RPG open world type setting. But that's the concept of the arena fighter. Y'all feel what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that it's not a fighting game. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, look, I see Wolfmonger on Twitter trying to make his points, which his points are so bogus. Look, I love Wolfmonger. He's a great guy and all of that. But I just kind of feel like Wolfmonger, I think you kind of reaching right now. Like you were sitting up here saying that when people were trying to tell you that arena fighters are fighting games, Wolfmonger turns around and was like, well, you know what? God of War is a fighting game too. Wolfmonger, don't do that, man. Man, come on, man. You know, God of War is not no fighting game. God of War has fighting elements in it. But at the end of the day, God of War is pretty much like an adventure platform type game. You feel what I'm saying? It is not a fighting game. The reason why God of War is not a fighting game, because it does not put you in a fighting game setting. You're going around exploring landscapes and exploring worlds, collecting things, discovering things. That's what God of War is all about. Flip side. With an arena fighter, what are you doing? You're fighting. You're fighting. You're not going around exploring and doing all of this shit. That's the difference between God of War and a game like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. That's why Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is a fighting game at the end of the day, because all you do is fight. With God of War, you're doing other things. You feel what I'm saying? You got the fighting elements, but you're doing other things. It's just like with Shenmue. A lot of people are like, well, isn't Shenmue a fighting game? No, it's not. Shenmue is an open world action adventure game that has fighting elements in it, because you're walking around, you're discovering things, you are collecting things, you're finding out information, you're doing missions. That is the difference. In a game like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, you're not doing missions while you're fighting, you're just fighting. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about extra features or extra content. I'm talking about when you're fighting. At the end of the day, the focus is on the fighting. When it comes to these arena fighters, that's why they're fighting games. And like I said, man, this fucking topic is so stupid. I don't understand how it came about. People know goddamn well arena fighters are fighting games. It's just people just don't have shit to say these days when it comes to the FGC. Arena fighters are fighting games, okay? They are fighting games, and hopefully over the next 2 days, this topic gets killed. Hopefully people see this video and people be like, all right, you know what? D all the way G know what the fuck he talking about, because I've been doing this for a long time. I've been playing fighting games for a long time. Like I said, I dip and dabble in games like Naruto and shit like that. They are fighting games. They are fighting games at the end of the day. Okay? So for those of y'all that think arena fighters aren't fighting games, just take and grasp what I said. Compare Naruto or Dragon Ball Sparking Zero to any other genre, like a God of War. You feel what I'm saying? And you will definitely tell the difference. One side, you just got the fighting. The other side, you got all that other shit. You know, the exploration, all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference right there. Clear as day, third grade bullshit. But still, you got people on the internet talking about, arena fighters aren't fighting games. And y'all motherfuckers need to stop being dumb. Y'all need to stop being dumb. But I just wanted to come on and clarify that arena fighters are fighting games. And I just laid it down why they are fighting games, because they are focused on the fighting. The only difference is it just gives us a different setting. Like I said, like the open world type RPG setting. But guess what? You're not doing nothing in that world but fighting. Okay? That is why arena fighters are fighting games. It's just like in Street Fighter, 2D fighting game. What are you doing? Fighting. Virtua Fighter and Tekken, 3D fighting games. What are you doing? Fighting. I cannot believe people are going this low to prove something that is definitely not true. Arena fighters are fighting games, just like 3D fighters are fighting games. 2D fighters are fighting games. People need to stop being dumb. As once again, D all the way G has come with y'all with facts. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and leave y'all thoughts and y'all feelings in the comment section below. My name is Demetrius. I will get back at you in the next video. God bless. Stay safe. I'm out. Peace.